From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Before somebody gets killed, police, business people, and elected officials are teaming up to try and put the brakes on a dangerous intersection in Schuylkill County. What they'd like to see happen is ahead on News 13. But first, a purse snatcher has struck again. Is it the same person, and who was the target this time? Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, the purse snatcher striking again early this morning, stealing from yet another woman in the city of Hazleton. This time, the robber struck in the area of Mine and Church Streets, targeting a woman who was sitting on a bench. Police did not say how old the victim was this time. They did tell us the man is described as a dark-skinned male about 6 feet tall with a thin build and curly hair. The description of the purse snatcher seems to be very similar each and every time. So is it the same man acting over and over, targeting women in the city? And if you've also noticed, most are happening in the same parts of Hazleton. So if you have any information about this incident, you are asked to dial 911. Well, it's being called a dangerous intersection in Klein Township and has been the site of at least 15 crashes in the past 10 years. Now, township officials fear with the increase in traffic that someone is going to get killed. Today, News 13 was at the intersection of Route 309 and Plant Road near Lofty Road. For those of you familiar with the area, that's right at the top of what's known as the Mile Hill. As you can see for yourself, it's very busy at times and even dangerous. Big trucks are instructed to pull off of 309 before heading down the mountain. But some are obviously not listening because as our cameras were rolling, as you just saw, a trucker ignored the law. Right now, it's a team effort to do something about this area. A meeting was held this week between Klein Township supervisors, State Representative Jerry Knowles, Senator Dave Argold, PennDOT's Dennis Toomey, and Klein Township Police Chief John Petrilla. The goal was to throw out some ideas that may make it safer at the crossroads.
The responsibility would lay, because it's a private road, Plant Road is a private road, responsibility would lay within the township and, of course, the people that are using the road. And if he's standing right here, we're just watching traffic's being tied up so bad, it's unbelievable. And it is a major, major problem. And I hope we can get something done. But the price of putting up the signs, flashing signs, which would probably slow down some of the traffic, would alleviate some of the problem, but would it be a cure? We don't know at this time. According to Mr. Toomey, he suggested cutting some of these trees down and maybe moving some of that bank to get a little more visibility, but they're not taking any responsibility.
Not all the crashes were directly at the intersection. Many of them were within several hundred yards of the intersection, but some of the more serious ones were actually at the intersection with 309 Plant Road and Lofty Road. We do as much as we can to try and make sure that the big trucks stop and to keep the speeding to a minimum, but for some reason they like to fly through here.
As of right now, the township's working with local businesses that use that intersection frequently to come up with a solution to the problem. For now, Police Chief Petrilla reminds everyone that travels that part of 309 to, of course, take your time and pay attention to the vehicle in front of you, and of course, don't speed. Now, in addition, while the McAdoo 81 ramps are closed, traffic is even worse. So the best thing to do is stay alert and follow the law. With the investigation into an accident last week involving Hazleton City's police chief and an 80-year-old man on a motor scooter ongoing, right now there is no definite answer to the question of who had the green light. But a family member of the scooter driver thinks he knows the answer because his dad told him the light was green. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, 80-year-old Walter Bloss of Drums spoke to his son while being treated in the intensive care unit of a trauma center. Bloss says he had the green light to ride through the intersection of Broad and Laurel Streets Friday morning, and he was confused as to why the chief, Frank D'Andrea, did not stop. The younger Bloss has asked the state police to get involved, but so far, Troopers are not investigating, and Hazleton City Police are reconstructing the scene. The younger Bloss thinks there's a conflict with Hazleton Police investigating the crash, although Chief Giandria is completely not involved in the investigation. Now, on Monday, the elder Bloss underwent hip surgery. He also suffered a broken leg and broken pelvis from the accident. He remains in a trauma center tonight. Chief Giandria did visit a hospital for a knee injury after the crash as well. City police have a certified accident reconstructionist working the investigation, and any witnesses of the accident are being asked to contact 911 to speak with police. In addition, Luzerne County's district attorney told the Standard Speaker that the state police may be asked to review the city's final findings when the investigation is complete. Traffic was snarled up along the Stockton Road in Hazel Township this morning after a triaxle spilled about 10 tons of coal along the roadway. Take a look at this big load of coal that fell off the dump truck along the Stockton Mountain Road Wednesday morning. As you can see, traffic built up along the road for nearly a half hour until the coal was picked up and cleared out. The driver of the triaxle lost power as he was going up the mountain, hit the wrong switch, which opened the triaxle's gate, dumping the coal all over the roadway. Heavy machinery was brought in to lift the coal and put it back inside the triaxle. Traffic was stopped in both directions for a brief time. An 18-year-old teen is now behind the bars of a jail cell. He faces a long list of charges, including resisting arrest. This is Darrison Gonzalez Arma of Hazleton, who put up a fight with police, actually injuring one of them and damaging one of the officers' uniforms. It went down Monday afternoon when Gonzalez Arma was caught near Mine Street in the city. Police saw Gonzalez Arma riding a motorcycle that ended up to be stolen. Gonzalez Arma lives on East Diamond Avenue, but again tonight he's living behind bars. Imagine looking out your window only to find someone breaking into your car trying to steal your stereo system. Police say 44-year-old Brian Palashik of Hazleton was spotted doing just that outside of a residence along North Church Street. After catching him in the act, the owner of the vehicle confronted him, who then took off on foot. Police were later able to identify Palashik with the help of the vehicle's owner. He will be charged with that crime. Two Hazleton area men admitted their guilt in the burglary of a Wilkes-Barre home that had been evacuated because of the September flooding. 24-year-old Christopher Balderston entered the plea to charges of criminal conspiracy to commit burglary and theft by unlawful taking. Balderston, who remains locked up, and his co-defendant, 25-year-old Paul Chitswara of Hazel Township, pleaded guilty earlier this month to similar charges. According to court papers, police were patrolling an evacuated neighborhood and were approached by Chitswara and Balderston, who was bleeding from two very severe injuries on his hand. He told a detective that he needed some help. Police said the two men had some inconsistent answers as to why they were in an evacuated area. Balderston later admitted that they forced open a door to a home on Conwell Street and stole a laptop computer. Chitswara allegedly said he is a drifter and had no reason for why he was in that evacuated area. Police said the two men had gloves, a utility knife, ski mask, a flashlight, and a headlamp. In addition to facing possible jail time, the two men will need to pay the homeowner back. Coming up on News 13, our Jasmine Brooks will be talking golf with some ladies who are swinging for a cure. Plus, over 50 companies came to the McAdoo area today looking for job seekers. We'll stop at Capriati's, where that job fair is going on until 6 o'clock tonight.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, some games in and some to be played today and some to be played tomorrow. We're talking about the district baseball and softball playoffs. First of all, here's the one of interest to the Hazleton folks. It's Quad A boys, District 2. Now, Hazleton has the bye in the first round, but they'll be keeping their eye on this today. Williamsport is playing Delaware Valley, and the winner there will get the #1 seed Wyoming Valley West on Friday. Meanwhile, Scranton and Wallenpaupack are tangling in Scranton today. Hazleton area gets the winner there, so all eyes on that. Could we have a rematch of last year when Scranton and Hazleton tangled and Scranton knocked Hazleton out of the playoffs? We'll wait and see. Now, yesterday, they did get the opening round of boys AAA baseball in. Tunkhannock Abington Heights were scoreless going into the 5th inning. It ended up being a 10-run rule game. 10 runs in one inning for the Tunkhannock Tigers. They advance. It will continue to be a good day for the Wyoming Valley Conference as Coughlin knocked off Western Wayne in Wyoming area. Upended Crestwood. Couple of wins there for the WVC. We continue. Berwick, they knocked off West Scranton. Meanwhile, Pittston over Honesdale, and Nanticoke beat Scranton Prep. So in the games where Wyoming Valley were playing Lackawanna, they beat them right across the board. The only Wyoming Valley Conference team to lose, well, that was a game where somebody had to lose. It was Crestwood in Wyoming area. Meanwhile, down to the AA boys baseball, where Lakeland took out Northwest area. Holy Redeemer beat up on Myers, and Mid-Valley over Riverside. Take a look at this score. Carbondale 1, Lake Lehman nothing. When the game ended, the scoreboard read Lake Lehman 8, Carbondale 7. That's right. What happened? Lake Lehman used an illegal pitcher. He pitched 7 innings on Saturday. They used him. There was a protest. It was upheld today by the District 2 committee. And so Lake Lehman, despite winning the game, has to forfeit it. It's Carbondale who will advance. They'll play Holy Cross, who knocked off Elk Lake. Mountain View shuts out Dunmore, and Montrose beats up on GAR. Going down to boys District 11. Blue Mountain over Central Catholic in a little bit of an upset. North Schuylkill takes out Northwestern Lehigh. Lehighton edges Southern Lehigh. And Pottsville and Bethlehem Catholic at a dandy. The Crimson Tide win 1-0. Now, boys baseball. Blue Mountain over Central Catholic. And Marion over Notre Dame East Stroudsburg. So the Colts advance into the tournament. Softball, here's the games today. You can see the schedule. Lehighton, Northwestern Lehigh, Pottsville, Southern Lehigh, Saucon Valley, and Wilson. Meanwhile, in the AA, North Schuylkill and Schuylkill Haven, Pine Grove, Notre Dame, Green Pond, and Palmerton, and Caddy. District 2 Single A baseball, MMI will play Wyoming Seminary. That game is going to be played right now. They're going to be starting in, just about 10 minutes or so. So we'll all be keeping an eye on all of that stuff for you as we go along here. Minor league report, Kyle Landiston pitched Trenton over Akron last night. They'll play again tonight.
On your screen right now, your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Your daily number 149. Your big four, 7892, Quinto 53030, and treasure hunt 10, 15, 21, 22, 29. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, congratulations goes out to Dr. Edward T. Bednarz III, formerly of Hazleton and a graduate of Bishop Havey High School, who has been awarded a Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Maryland. Dr. Bednarz resides in Tobyhanna with his son, Eddie. He plans to continue working at Tobyhanna Army Depot and will also teach at Wilkes University. This wish comes from everyone here at SSP TV. Also tonight, happy 11th birthday to Xander Kearns, lum from Mom, Dad, brothers, Grampy, Aunt Holly, Uncle Bobby, and Uncle Jimmy. Tonight's Talk of the Town report on Tuesday, June 5th, Mountain Valley Golf Course will be hosting the Air Products Golf Tournament to benefit the Schuylkill United Way. For more information about this tournament, please call Debbie Daniels, 570-467-4494. And finally, the Clover Fire Company in Pottsville will be hosting Heritage Day in the Valley June 10th. The event will feature music, dance, genealogy, food, and more. For more information, please call 570-544-3570. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Thelma Linda Mons of Hazleton. Funeral arrangements will be private and are under the direction of the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. Kenneth W. Williams of Hazleton. Mass will be held Thursday at 12:30 p.m. at the Christ Lutheran Church. Friends may call Thursday from 10 to 12 p.m. at the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Michael Joseph Libinati, formerly of West Hazleton. No service was requested. Daniel Day Darashevsky of Shenandoah. The Lukavitz Orovitsfeld Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Teresa Sarna of Jedoboro. Funeral will be held Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Q. Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. And Gertrude D. Ruff of West Hazleton. Funeral will be held Thursday at 10 a.m. at the Holy Name of Jesus Parish. Friends may call Thursday at the church from 9 to 10 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu for 2012. And remember, there is always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Welcome to Powered by PPL. I'm Janine Mazurkevich, and we're back here with Martha Hearn telling you about the programs that they offer their customers. And today we're talking about the Peak Saver program.
That's correct, Janine. And the Peak Saver program, actually, PPL Electric Utilities will pay customers to reduce peak electricity demand when it is so high in the summer months.
Really? So how does it work?
Well, when you enroll in our peak demand program, a device is installed outside your home near your air conditioning or your heat pump unit.
Okay. And what does that service do? Or what does the device do?
During a time of high electricity use between June and October, the device will cycle your unit on and off during a conservation event. You receive up to $32 for each installed unit in your home and a $50 American Express gift card after the installation.
Well, so there are incentives there. How will this affect the temperature and the comfort level in someone's home?
While the compressor is in a conservation mode, okay, your fan will continue to circulate cool air throughout your home. The temperature may rise a few degrees, but if you are like most of us, you won't notice a difference.
Okay. And what about customers who have their energy supplied by another company?
You're still eligible because PPL Electric Utilities, as we talked about before, delivers your power.
Okay. How about benefits for customers? People always want to know what their benefits are.
Okay, well, you will be reducing your energy demand.
Okay.
When thousands of central air conditioners and heat pumps engage at the same time, it drives up the cost for all of us. You will receive a $32 for each installed unit in their home.
Okay, so it's a win-win basically for all of us because you can reduce energy use and also get paid to save at the same time.
That's correct.
All right. Next week, we're going to talk about the responsibility in regards to homes' electrical service on Powered by PPL. Join us then.
Well, I have to say, rain, go away. Today we had showers and even some thunderstorms move in, knocking out power for a second or two here at News 13. Can we expect more storms like this tonight? We will answer that question in a bit, but first, tonight's creative condition comes to us from Jonathan Smarsh, a 6th grade student from Holy Family Academy. He shows us a nice day to play basketball. I don't know if you would want to play outside tonight for basketball, but I think as the week goes on, you're going to want to play a little bit of hoops. Mostly cloudy skies, chance of thunderstorms tonight, and showers. 58 will be our low. Mostly cloudy again for your Thursday, and possibly a thunderstorm to move in. 72 will be our high. Your forecast brought to you by Just Windows and much more. 636-1133 First Street in Freeland. Better windows plus better installation equals Just Windows. Visit justwindowsandmore.com. Well, a few years ago, a small group of women who lived in Eagle Rock lost a friend to breast cancer. Immediately, the ladies started fundraising to increase breast cancer awareness in the greater Hazleton area. And since then, this idea has turned into a big event each and every year. Our Jasmine Brooks has much more on it. Jasmine?
Thanks, Kristen. Well, I'm here with Judy Hall. She is the co-chair of Swing for a Cure. It's coming up this August, the 1st of August, actually. It's here at Eagle Rock, and the awesome thing is all the proceeds stay local. So hi, Judy. Thanks so much for being here. And tell me a little bit about the two organizations that Swing for a Cure are going to benefit.
Okay. This year, we'll be supporting the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. They are a statewide coalition that provides support to families and to obviously women who have been affected by breast cancer, and also cover research that stays within the state. Three of the major areas of biomedical research that is supported by the Breast Cancer Coalition is actually located in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Northeast Pennsylvania through the Geisinger Health System. Yes.
Now, you said that Eagle Rock has continuously, year after year, supported breast cancer.
Yes, we have. Since 1999, we've been having, it started, the very first event actually was a luncheon, and from there we went to golf events. And the last 2 years, we've been providing local support rather than fundraising for a national organization.
And what is the other organization that you will be helping out?
Okay, the Geisinger Health System, specifically the Hazleton Cancer Center. The Hazleton Cancer Center, as part of the Geisinger Health System, is actually part of a 30-member national program that is concentrating on providing continuity of care and care for breast cancer victims in close to their own home.
Now, last year you were able to raise over $12,000, so hopefully this year you can get even more. So how can someone get signed up?
They can send or request information by contacting either myself, which is at 384-2256, or if they've lost that phone number, they always know how to get to Eagle Rock, so that you could call the Eagle Rock Community Center or Activity Center at 384-1350, and they'll get information to me.
And the cost?
It is $85 per golfer. And men and women will be golfing. And last year we had everything from teens to seniors that golfed in our tournament. So people are welcome to do so. We are taking registrations now. We expect that we will get 128 golfers again this year. And I'd suggest an early registration because we did have to turn away people last year.
All right, well, thank you so much, Judy, and of course, good luck. So you heard it here. It's coming up on August 1st. It's an all-day event here at Eagle Rock, and it's called Swing for a Cure. So reporting for News 13, I'm Jasmine Brooks at Eagle Rock.
Jasmine, thanks so much. Well, today there was a birthday bash for some local seniors, and it wasn't just any party. There's music, some flowers, and of course, cake. Today, seniors in their 90s were treated to a party courtesy of the Senior Center. 6 seniors celebrated their milestone birthdays with their friends. The birthday girls and boys were treated to music from the Emmanuel Christian School Chime Choir, along with a big birthday cake. Each senior received a guest of honor certificate. All of us at News 13 would like to wish all of you celebrating your 90th through 99th birthday a big happy birthday wish, and of course, many more to you. All right, your Live at 4:30 is on deck. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back. Coming up right now, as public schools pinch pennies and try to make budget, will parents be forced to start pulling from their own pockets to have their children continue to hit the playing field? Paying to play sports is becoming more common around the state. So, is the Hazleton Area School District next? That answer is coming right now, live at 4:30.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey everyone, thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Would your son or daughter be able to participate in sports and other extracurricular activities if there was a fee? Schools across the state of Pennsylvania have been hit hard by cuts to public school funding. And for some, that means they're calling on parents to pay to play. The Hazleton Area School District's athletic director, Fred Barletta, says so far the district has been able to provide opportunities without a fee. They're re-examining that right at this time.
It's coming about because of a budgetary crisis. That's very simple, because athletics being a non-educational event, this is one of the first things that's being looked at when you have cuts. And so this is a way where a lot of districts are looking to preserve the athletic teams, clubs, band, etc., by paying your own way, basically.
Will Hazleton District have this pay to play?
It's being considered. It has been considered the last several years, but there never was any real support for it. As you go from year to year, depending on the budget, it's always out there. And the thing is, throughout the state, more and more districts have been adding it as we go along. So I don't know if it's going to happen now, but it's always there, and I think down the road, eventually it will be here.
Barletta says he's not in favor of having students pay to participate, and if it does get to that point, he hopes the fees would be reasonable for parents. Currently, Tamaqua, Mahanoy, and Berwick school districts charge a fee for students to play some sports, all of which vary from district to district. After a rough couple of years for the workforce, the economy is finally starting to shape up, with added availability of jobs on the market and employers taking in new employees rather than cutting back. And what better way for job seekers to meet more than 50 companies that are hiring than at a job fair? News 13 stopping by the Great Northeast Job Fair held at Capriati's Palazzo in McAdoo this afternoon, where job hunters from all over Greater Hazleton took the opportunity to meet with local businesses offering jobs in the medical, retail, trucking, distribution, manufacturing, and financial fields, along with so many more. It's events like these that are most essential for not only those seeking employment, but for those hiring as well. And we're told the turnout was great.
It's been incredible. We got here about 9:30. We had a line out the door. It has certainly been a positive for the Hazleton area. I've been walking around. We've seen some people being interviewed. We've seen a lot of applications being filled out. So this is certainly going to be a good day for a lot of people. If you're a prospective employee, to be able to get to 54 people would take you a month. You're going to have the opportunity to do it in one day here.
Well, the job market's pretty tight right now, pretty tough, so it gives both us an opportunity as employers to meet a lot of people at one time, and people to come out and kind of look around and interview employers as well.
This is the first of hopefully many job fairs held in our area, being sponsored by the Standard Speaker and the Republican Herald, and co-sponsored by the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance as well as AutoZone. It's still currently underway and goes until 6 o'clock, so if you haven't stopped by, you still have time to check it out for about an hour. There are people in our community dedicated to community work, leadership, and volunteerism for the betterment of the community, of course. It's organizations like Leadership Hazleton that make our community a better place. Each year, a group of people from the volunteer organization take on projects that make a world of difference in the community. News 13 taking a look at one of this year's projects, the restoration of the iconic Freeland Pavilion that has been host to so many memory-filled events over the last 100 years. Leadership Hazleton fundraised in every way they could and also received a big donation from Ganella Bakery to repaint and build a new disabled access ramp. The baking company also had plant manager Jim Byerly join the group and get involved with the project.
It was a great experience to be able to interact with the other people here in the Hazleton area, form a team and help lead this project through its completion. We thought it was really important that we did something community-minded that would help the most amount of people.
Byerly also invites other businesses to become involved and build relationships within the community. It's been about 50 years since any renovating has been done, and the project will wrap up for its grand opening that will be held as part of the traditional Memorial Day celebration at the Freeland Park. Well, it's being called a dangerous intersection in Klein Township and has been the site of at least 15 crashes in the last 10 years. Now, township officials fear with the increase in traffic that someone's going to get killed. Today, News 13 was at that intersection of Route 309 and Plant Road near Lofty Road. For those of you familiar with that area, that's right at the top of what's known as the Mile Hill. As you can see for yourself, it's very busy at times and even dangerous. Big trucks are instructed to pull off of 309 before heading down the mountain, But some are obviously not listening because as our cameras were rolling, a trucker ignored the law. Right now, it's a team effort to do something about this area. A meeting was held this week between Klein Township supervisors, State Representative Jerry Knowles, Senator Dave Argel, PennDOT's Dennis Toomey, and Klein Township Police Chief John Petrilla. The goal was to throw out some ideas that may make it safer at the crossroads.
The responsibility would lay, because it's a private road, Plant Road is a private road, responsibility would lay within the township and, of course, the people that are using the road. And if you're standing right here, we're just watching traffic's being tied up so bad, it's unbelievable. And it is a major, major problem. And I hope we can get something done. But the price of putting up the signs, flashing signs, which would probably slow down some of the traffic, would alleviate some of the problem, but would it be a cure? We don't know at this time. According to Mr. Toomey, he suggested cutting some of these trees down and maybe moving some of that bank to get a little more visibility, but they're not taking any responsibility.
Not all the crashes were directly at the intersection. Many of them were within several hundred yards of the intersection, but some of the more serious ones were actually at the intersection with 309 Plant Road and Lofty Road. We do as much as we can to try and make sure that the big trucks stop and to keep the speeding to a minimum, but for some reason they like to fly through here.
As of right now, the township is working with local businesses that use that intersection to come up with a solution to the problem. For right now, Police Chief Petrilla reminds everyone that travels that part of 309 to take your time and pay attention to the vehicle in front of you, and of course, do not speed. In addition, while the McAdoo 81 ramps are closed, traffic is even worse, so the best thing to do is just stay alert and follow the law. With the investigation into an accident last week involving Hazleton City's police chief and an 80-year-old man on a motor scooter ongoing tonight, right now there is no definite answer to the question, who had the green light? But a family member of the scooter driver thinks he knows the answer because his dad told him the light was green. According to our media partner, the Standard speaker, 80-year-old Walter Bloss of Drums spoke to his son while being treated in the intensive care unit of a hospital. Bloss says he had the green light to ride through the intersection of Broad and Laurel Streets Friday morning and was confused as to why the chief, Frank D'Andrea, did not stop. The younger Bloss has asked the state police to get involved, but so far troopers are not investigating and Hazleton City Police are reconstructing that scene. The younger Bloss thinks there is a conflict with Hazleton Police investigating the crash, although Chief D'Andrea is completely not involved in the investigation. On Monday, the elder Bloss underwent hip surgery. He also suffered a broken leg and pelvis from the accident. He remains in a trauma center. Chief D'Andrea did visit a hospital for a knee injury after the crash as well. City police have a certified accident reconstructionist working the investigation, and any witnesses of this accident are being asked to contact 911 to speak with police. In addition, Luzerne County's district attorney told the Standard speaker that the state police may be asked to review the city's final findings when the investigation is completed. Coming up on News 13, our Jasmine Brooks is in with the very last district newsmaker of the school year. She'll head to Heights Terrace and chat with some smart cookies. But first, Memorial Day is just around the corner. The temps look like they're climbing. Will we make it into the 80s? Your forecast coming up. Rain and thunderstorms took over parts of the area today, even causing some power to be knocked out for a second or two here at News 13. Can we expect more storms this week, or will the weather dry up for the weekend? We sure hope so, because it is Memorial Day weekend with lots of fun things planned. We will get the answer to the question of will it rain on Memorial Day in a bit. But first, tonight's creative condition comes to us from Jonathan Smarsh, a 6th grade student from Holy Family Academy. He shows us a very nice day to play basketball. I don't know if you'd want to play basketball outside tonight, but I'm sure when we see that 4-day outlook, you're going to find some days that hoops will be a great game to play. Mostly cloudy skies for the rest of tonight. We do see a chance of thunderstorms sticking around. 58 will be our low. Your 4-day outlook goes like this. Thursday, still that chance of some thunder and lightning, but we're going to get up to 72 degrees. By Friday, it's going to be mostly cloudy skies, high near 77. Again, a chance of thunderstorms. Saturday, sunny skies, high near 80, and 80 again for your Sunday with mostly sunny skies. I am liking that Memorial Day weekend forecast so far. The Lazy Dog Salon on North Broad Street in West Hazleton bringing you tonight's forecast at 459-0310. That's the number to call to make an appointment for your furry friend and get them all pretty for this Memorial Day holiday. Oh, also Valley High Drive and Route 93 in West Hazleton. It is going to be the perfect weekend to grab yourself an ice cream cone and cool off a little bit at Valley High, Route 93, West Hazleton, now open for the season. Well, the National Junior Honor Society is one of the nation's premier organizations. It's more than just an honor roll. The National Junior Honor Society honors those students who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. For this week's District Newsmaker, our Jasmine Brooks heads to Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School to meet with some students who have just been inducted.
For this week's District Newsmaker, I am outside of the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School with a group of 8th grade students that have just been inducted into the National Junior Honor Society, and they are definitely still in celebration mode. How are you feeling? Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. I'm feeling really good. It's hard to be in the National Junior Honor Society. You have to work a lot and study hard, and it's just amazing to be in it.
And so you just had a ceremony, so tell me a little bit about that. And I understand there was a lighting of the candle ceremony as well.
Yes. Well, we got pulled out of class and our parents were there, so it was interesting. And a few of us got to read, and then after we read about the criteria to enter, we lit a candle, and then we got our the papers.
Okay, so that's great that your family was able to come and participate too.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're all so proud.
I believe so.
And congratulations to you too. Now moving on over here, she was talking about the criteria. What is the criteria?
Basically, the criteria is keep your grades high. You need to have an A average for the year and just try and stay out of trouble.
Okay. And is that easy for you?
Pretty easy.
And so an A average, you said a 93 and above?
Yes.
Okay, and so what are some tips you can give to other students that maybe don't have that average yet, but they want to work hard to get there?
Just study more, concentrate in class, and just don't let it get to you.
And I like how you said stay out of trouble too. It's not just your academic work, but your behavior.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, if you have a kid getting suspended and he's a National Junior Honor Society, then it won't look that good for the school.
So you're kind of like a leader of the school.
Kind of.
All right. Well, congratulations. And finally, I understand, Morgan, it's your first year in the National Honor Society. So tell me how you got here and, the hard work that you did.
Basically, all year I tried to study really hard. I worked really hard on getting my grades up, and I stayed out of trouble.
And how are you feeling?
I feel good that I got inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. It makes me feel special, I guess.
And are you going to try to continue to be in this?
Yeah.
Working hard definitely pays off.
Yes, it does.
Well, congratulations to all of you students. So for this week's District Newsmaker, I'm Jasmine Brooks reporting from the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School.
Well, road safety is as important of a concept as reading for kids to learn at a very young age. Road safety education courses like one AAA has every year hold the potential of preventing serious injury or even death by teaching children how to behave near roads when playing outside, riding their bikes, or crossing the street. Erica Brook from Valley Elementary and Christina Hunsinger, I think, from Freeland School, were recognized recently by AAA for safety and education as outstanding school safety patrollers for the 2011-2012 school year. 15 students from 4th through 8th grade from Luzerne and Columbia counties were chosen, and all of the honorees received a $100 Visa gift card and a plaque in recognition of their accomplishments. We say congratulations to those students. Sports is on deck and a News 13 giveaway. Get ready to dial in to win. And some very special ladies enjoyed the afternoon with delicious food from a well-known chef in our area, all thanks to a prize they recently won from a festival. More on the tasty lunch next. Delicious food cooked just for them by a well-known chef. That was the grand prize that one group of ladies enjoyed. Today, News 13 stopping by the Hollywood Diner, where the ladies received VIP treatment by getting their lunch cooked and served by the one and only Chef Lou. This unique prize came from a raffle that was featured at the Lupus Foundation's Festival of the Wolves. News 13 spoke with some of the ladies at their lunch date.
Oh, I feel great just to get out and just to have lunch and meet Chef Lou. I've been at his demonstrations and enjoyed it, and it's a good opportunity to just get together with some of our friends and have a nice lunch.
The fun-filled morning was a great prize for these lovely ladies who really seem to be having an excellent time. This year's 9th annual Taming of the Wolf Festival raised $4,000, and most of that money will stay local. Cindy Donlin always doing a great thing every year to raise money and to raise awareness of lupus. That does it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight. Simply go to our website, ssptv.com. That's where you're going to find everything Hazleton and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe. And as we say goodbye to you, we want to feature Miss Puhawk's second grade class at Holy Family Academy as they honored the children who recently got communion with a special mass today. They performed songs and some were done in sign language. So enjoy that and we'll see you tomorrow.